Hey everyone, welcome to Sauce and welcome back to this strange realm of mine. Let's figure out what to do next, which I guess means we just have to go here and talk to the woman, or I mean the guy. This is a guy actually. Oh yeah, this is the same thing. And the poem I guess is the same. Alright, and this plant, can I talk to the plant? No. Okay, then I guess I'll talk to Ulrich. D's also a guy, huh? I can't trust all these blonde people with long hair. I don't know how to identify these people are men or women, I guess. Anyway. Forgive me, for Father, I am a sinner, unanswered, abandoned. Feed me, drown me. A shotgun, that ammo pack just spawned in front of me. Also, why am I so slow? Plethorus is the name, and to skip right ahead to the point of you being here, it's simple. You feed me, my weight will lift this mechanism, and the door will be revealed. Simple, eh? Now get to it, I'm starving. Right, I'll explain the process briefly, but I don't like to waste my time and energy by talking, so listen carefully. In the garden, you'll find monsters. Kill them, bring the raw meat they drop, cook it on the stoves in the kitchen here, bring the cooked meat to me, and I'll gladly gobble it down. Anything else? Oh yes, can't forget the wine. Had it all set up by the previous visitor, but now the machine seemed to have stopped working. You see that tower over in the distance? Yeah, it's supposed to deliver delicious grapes, blah blah, you'll figure it out. Now get to it. Sorry, but I don't really want to help you. Sigh, every now and then people like you come here and refuse to help me. I'm not asking for much, and in return you can leave. What is so bad about that? Okay, I'll help you. Jeez. Can I shoot you? No, I can't. At least the ammo keeps the spawning in here. Wonder if the health keeps spawning as well. I need 20 meats. So I guess I need to kill 20 gold monster things. Holy crap! Jeez. That is brutal. Damn. Just pulverizes the poor things. Well, let's go get all the meat. I decided that I don't care. Wait, did I miss one meat? Because... oh no, I have the right amount. Okay. And some blood even got on the tree. Gosh. Brutal. Oh, they just respawn. Let me see if I can get the meat, the grapes over here. It's one of these things. Get out of here. I guess I have to connect the blue cable. Would make sense. Oh, doesn't work from afar. Not effective from afar, huh? Ah. Why did I agree to build these stupid contraptions? He agreed to help me to find my way out, find my way out here at least. Yeah, I feel like this Plethorus guy is kind of useless. He's literally a sloth. Okay. Alright. Just a grape cannon, I guess. At least I don't have to run into the grapist. I don't want to be graped. I like the way the weapon bobs just up and down. Oh. They need to do something here? Make this catch with grapes. Maybe I need to shoot them. I missed. I think I missed. That should be enough. It says 4 out of 4. Yawn. How long does it take to make the meat? Oh, okay. It doesn't. I can't actually burn it. Accidentally burn it, I guess. Do I need to go turn off the grape cannon? I don't think so, but maybe. Okay. Wait, why does he need to eat the meat? Is the weight detector on his couch on his thing? Because in that case, yeah, but otherwise, why should it matter? I think I can see the meats disappearing from the floor. So I'm sliding off. Oh, I did it. I slid off. Now go, need rest. Oh, goodbye. I don't really care to bring Plethorus over. I think he can stay right here. I'm not waiting for anyone to save me, hey. I had hopes for a better future anyway. For us all, and I can't do much more. Can you see that everything is better for the gods above, for those in love, the fraud of us, are hard in drugs? Okay. Welcome, how was your trip? I met this guy or animal of some sort, Plethorus? Oh, Plethorus, what did you think of him? Quite sad, actually. Sadly, I agree, but I think Plethorus exists as a life lesson for others. On the surface, he looks happy and content, but I don't think that's the spelling of contempt you want there. I think you want the one of just an N. But I think it's just a facade. Deep down, he's trying to fill an empty void with temporary things, when he needs to learn what the void is there for and why he's so focused on filling it in the first place. Anyway, it's easy to judge others, hard to realize we are never perfect ourselves. I'm sure there are problems you face in your lifetimes that others silently judge you for. Yeah. Hey, you know what I realized? There's really nothing to fix about the universe. Have you ever thought I felt that the universe is unfair or broken, that if you could, you would change a lot of things? Well, I used to think that way at least, but then I've grown over the last couple of years. I've changed my point of view on a lot of things. Each problem I had have now disappeared because I look at it differently. Isn't that like giving up? Maybe. I still think there are problems we should tackle as a species and build a future that is better for all of us. But I no longer feel it's unfair, that it's broken. We create the reality. We are allowed this control. And with the freedom comes problems and responsibility. What about things out of our control, like disease? I don't have all the answers, but I think in a sense, even disease can bring us together, you know? We think it's horrible, we try to find a cure to cure those who have fallen ill. And I find that kind of amazing. It's a way to learn compassion. So these problems can teach us things? Pretty much, yeah. How horrible it may seem, we don't really know this big picture, you know? I don't think death is final. I think those who are unlucky to get a bad rest of our life will have a good life next time. You know, it's kind of a defeat this view on life, but hey, I gotta live my life too. Can't go around worrying my ass off over everyone and everything and all that. What's this? Read another one of my poems? Sure. Round table. This round table holds enemies at both sides. I feel trapped inside. In a world with all these fading walls, I'm dying slowly. We can lean on what religion tells us, but I'm not so sure that I want to lean on something man-made. It is madness. I don't think that science brings all the answers. I'm pretty sure the more we discover about this world, the more we're dying. In the end, can we fight for something? Can we strive for anything? Do we know who you are? What it could be if we even tried? We are all trapped in this encaved room. I'm sorry for you, but I escaped from all this ages ago. I'm a deaf bird. Do we want to try? Will you ever try? Can we ever try? We're trapped inside. Girl. It's kinda... okay. I don't want to feel trapped. Oh hey, there's a... I guess because I didn't bring him over, so all I get is like a picture of him to remind me of my intolerance. Antisocial is a cure. Break the system, see the truth. Here are stalkers, way too soon. Find the killer in the room. Could I don't? Confronting discomfort. This doesn't look like a pleasant living space. I mean, healthy. Postal, pick up your package to Tiny Cruise. Lost soul. You make this neighborhood look bad. Creep, GTFO, nobody likes you. I'm actually taking damage from trying to hang out with this guy. I literally can't talk to him. I think I can tell what this is. It's like I'm taking some sort of damage for being anxious around other people. I think that's what it means. I see Wiener. I see Wiener. What is this Bart joke? Doom. Hey, I want to get in here. I like Doom. It's like trying to socialize is painful and hard, and I have to go back to my safe space, or I guess something like that. And I can recover health here. I kind of like this concept. Like, just being near people is enough for me to start suffering because of a crippling anxiety or something like that. Jane Mary. That's backwards. Brave. Oh, I'm not going there. Rick Sanchez. Oh jeez, Rick! Oh jeez! Oh jeez, Rick! No, stop looking at me. Stop staring at me. Why are you all... How do you walk like that? They're just circles strafing around me. Come on. Supermarket kind of play. Ooh. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Dr. Odin. I don't know if that's a reference to something. John Titor. The name sounds familiar. I don't remember where from. Adam Lucy. And I mean, the fact that someone spray painted something about him being a creep Or, I mean, my character being a creep doesn't help much. Who's this? Hello? You don't seem like the others. Who are you? Hey, my name is Brave. Not the most suiting name, really. Who are these people? They keep staring at me. You too, huh? I also used to get dizzy and anxious around strangers. Felt like they stared at me, laughed behind my back. I usually got self-conscious about how I walk, talk, act, hell, even how much my breathing is heard and... Oh, sorry, don't mean to rant, but it's been so long since I met someone like me. Used to? You mean there's a cure? Oh, cure and cure. An inside, I guess? You see, you might be afraid of a lot of different things. Airplanes, insects, snakes, and, dogs? And yeah, well, some of these things are pretty logical, like, who's afraid of the sea? It's scary as all hell and dangerous. There are legitimately monsters living deep down there. And, well, the sea is dangerous, okay? Oh, there are other fears, like cats. Cats are cute, cuddly floof balls that are super friendly, right? Some people are so terrified of cats that they tremble. So my fear is like being afraid of cats? Huh, yeah, I guess. If you see people as harmless cats walking around, they no longer scare you, right? That's what I did. That might actually work. It helped me, at least. I realized that there was no real threat in the situation. In fact, it was just me who was too self-conscious, really. Like I said, I was afraid they would laugh at me, think I looked stupid or talk funny. But in the end, who cares? Who cares if I look the stupidest or talk the funniest in the whole world? I am just me. And I want to continue being me. Actually, I think everyone's equally insecure. Just some showing more than others. Do you know the exit? The exit is right here behind this door. It's locked though. I have been looking for the key myself, but to no avail. Oh, I can't pick it up at the postal office. You just passed it. You can't miss it. Bye then. Bye. See you around maybe. Guess I can't unlock this yet, but now everyone else should be harmless. Yay! I can. Yay! Everyone's harmless. I like how there's little meowing. Addiction leads to depression, and in depression you're taught some lessons. If you listen, they keep on pushing, and the solution causes evolution. And obstacles come inside of your path and make you switch up and step on the gas. If you look back inside of your path, you find direction. It's like your own map, underachievers. Hello, do you have a package to pick up? Yeah, actually, this note is addressed to Tiny Cruz. Oh, and you're not... Tiny Cruz? Okay, well, it seems the postcast must have muked up your posts. Do you mind bringing the notes to Tiny Cruz? Sure. Thanks a lot. I have so meowch work to do. Don't do that with the words. With the words, don't do that. Stop it. I don't suppose I can buy something here. I mean, I didn't expect the character to literally start thinking of everyone as cats, but hey, if it works... Oh jeez, Rick! Oh jeez, Rick! I don't know how to... I don't have a very good voice for the sort of high-pitched tones anymore. Oh jeez, Rick! Lost soul. That is me! Well, this place is a mess, but I can still hang out here if I want. Where's Tiny Cruz? Aww. Hello? A postal note for me? That must be my fishy bones. Good thing he arrived today. How else would I make it through the day? Well, thanks a lot. I'll pick it up after my nap. Oh, and the postman gave me this. I guess it's yours. To Lost Soul. This is a cool house. It's a lot tidier than Lost Soul's house. I don't think they're literally cats. Don't need to go that far, dude. Maybe cut it out with the cat thing. Hello, do you have a package to pick up? Yes, here's the postal note. Here it goes. I got a key. I don't suppose I can reach the top floor. Why is this cat standing on here? I can't seem to jump when I'm on top of this. Out of here, brave. Hey, you should join me in Tavern Limbo. Really? Thanks. Yeah, I'd love to get out of here. It's a bit too crowded for my taste anyway. Not to mention all the cat hair that gets stuck on my dress. The world started to fall apart. At times I wondered whether or not I should just stop my journey, but I continued to see the world from a different angle. Everyone around me just suddenly felt like automatic robots, just walking around in their daily routines, bound by their invisible rules. I refused to become one of them. I just couldn't stand the slightest. Then one day I found myself in a situation where I couldn't choose. It was something about her gaze. It was definitely the eyes. I'm starting to realize that I'm developing a harem here, sorts, for Ulrich and me, I guess. Hello there, Eva. Why are you covered in cat hair? Have you had time to think about what you and Dee talked about? No, I think so. Good. Remember, whatever definition or concept you have of, well, anything really, can differ greatly between people. No one is necessarily right or wrong. My teacher said something to me long ago about the dangers of being too certain of things. A man with one watch knows the time. A man with two watches is never quite sure. And this might seem like a bad thing, but being unsure of information is better than being sure. It means you're open for possibilities and the flux of the universe. No path is fixed. If you're still a bit unsure to what the concept of God means to you, next place might help you come to some far realization about, well, the greater consciousness that we share. City of the enemy. Soldiers moving rapidly. Face your enemy makers heavenly. We are living tragedies, controlling colonies. Come to our sodomy. Find on land and seas. Crawl to us on your knees. Kill the enemy. Feel serenity. Note thy enemy. There's no them, only we. That got deep for a moment. You lead a sad life. You take pride in actively not having fun. Okay, that wasn't called for. I didn't mean you specifically, silly. Just so many people love to jump on a bandwagon of hate whenever they encounter new things or concepts. Maybe they are scared of change. Maybe. Who knows? I sure as hell I'm not gonna care. I will have fun with whatever I find fun. Okay, you do you, Pistol. Hey, thanks for letting me come with you. I really needed a change of scenery. No problem. How are you doing? Okay, but I catch myself constantly thinking about the past constantly. Anything specific? Not really, no. It's just that we make mistakes. We say or do things we regret, and for whatever reason, we think back on those memories and cringe. Well, these memories don't serve a purpose other than bringing me down, you know? So you want to get rid of them? Nah, nothing so drastic. I'm pretty okay with the fact that I'm grown. And I know I'm not the only one with a rough past. We all grow through our hardships. What I realized was that I drift into bad memory patterns pretty much automatically, subconsciously. Yeah. And if I go through all these scenarios of what if and contemplate what I could do differently, that's not entirely bad and all, but I've already gone through it over and over again and never gather anything new. So you're saying stop digging in the past? Exactly. If I realize there's nothing more I can learn or do about it, I try to say I've already gone through this, there's nothing more to gather. Then I try to back out of the memory and return to the now. Does it work? Apparently not well enough yet, but I seem to have gotten a bit better at it. Now I realize it fairly quickly and stop my train of thoughts before I dig myself deeper into this emotional hole. Anyway, thanks for listening. Where am I? What is this place? In a place like this, I am God. Spooky. Okay, but why do I have the Uzi? The Uzi. The Uzi. Gosh, that's a lot of blood. Man, I wish I could stop coughing. How I wish. Maybe someday. I'm at least medicating him for it, so I should be able to get better soon. What the hell is this? sorry, what the hell is this? I guess I need to get the fans moving so I can shoot the eye there. That was a poorly timed reload. I didn't realize I had one bullet left. Should have guessed someone would have jumped at me from the ledge, the other, the next to the stairs. Sorry. Also, the blood spatters make it pretty creepy, actually. What's this? I have ascended. I'm trying to be better than God. The fuck am I saying? Am I even enter my prime? Taking over the world. We'll do it one day at a time. Time is an illusion. I think that I'm losing my mind. Flatbush zombies. What the hell does this do? Like, is that it? Why is this lever there? Here. Yeah, I have my house full. What's going on? We dream of light in a pitch black room. Are our dreams and reality one and the same? Is our perception of reality just God dreaming of light? If so, I thank God for the light. It's the most beautiful dream I've ever had. Oh, word? Oh, hey, I'm back at D. Have you given the concept of God some thought? God is our consciousness. Interesting. What about materia, the solid ground that we stand on? What about the darkness, the void surrounding the light, allowing the light to exist? What about the logic behind the curtains that runs everything? If God is only one part of the universe, what makes up the other half? Okay. But what about consciousness? If the universe is all just random mathematics colliding about, wouldn't the whole universe only run like a clockwork without any watchers? Without anyone to experience that clockwork? I think the key here is awareness. If you create a computer simulation, pure mathematics, you wouldn't expect it to be conscious or aware of itself, right? And there really isn't anything different between our material world and that of a computer simulation. It's all mathematics, geometry, physics. And yet, here we are, conscious. We are alive, we experience. Something with simple equation or simulation would not do. Why? We're missing an ingredient, consciousness. Can't we call that part consciousness God? Or at least a big part of it. The part makes God intelligent. Yes, that's what I feel as well. God in the whole is the whole picture. The universe with all of its dimensions, possibilities, logics, together with the conscious part, going aimlessly through this maze that is ourself. How did it all start? I don't think it ever started. It's always been in the state it is. But I think we chose to explore it as a single consciousness from that one-dimensional impulse that runs from 0 to 1 and 1. That impulse ran through all possible possibilities until it felt the need to reach new directions in its very one-dimensional life. And thus the second dimension was created, and then the third, and so on until the last dimension, which contains all possible possibilities for the universe to exist and play out. These dimensions, of course, already existed, as our universe, or God, contains every possible possibility. So the universe is more of a state than anything. It's not moving or expanding, only specific paths expand themselves, but God as a whole does not. It's just simply you moving through yourself. A maze, huh? The world, everything in it, is static. A maze that stretches out in all directions, tunnels. The only thing that moves are we, the observers. We move through this maze, we are time. And we can change your perception of time too, with substances or situations that are critical. You can even train to control your time flow, but it's quite scary and overwhelming. Will I, or God, ever die? Part of death is forgetting about the illusion of you, the ego. So you, the body or person who you once were or currently are, die or end? Yes, the person ends in a sense. It has always existed. It will always exist in the tunnels of your universe. But that body is an illusion. The real you, the being behind it, will never end or die. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Tunnels end, but pure consciousness never ends. It's a state. Take your time to digest it. That's why you're here. When you return, I'll tell you how to use this to your advantage. So see you soon. Wow. Okay. In darkness you are blind, so aimless we roam. The light will guide you all the way home. As plants strive for light, bloom and reach their goal, so should we take flight towards the mother soul. Okay. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind do not matter, and those who matter do not mind. Someone is feeling philosophical. It's just a quote I read once. It's great though. It reminds us to stay true to ourselves and surround us with people who actually care about your well-being. Stop wasting energy trying to impress people who are never gonna be impressed by you. They're lost, really. Hello. Need another one of my poems? Yes. Sunlight. Light is all we are. Same energy in stars. All these moving parts are the cage of ours. They keep me locked away, forbidding me to see. Save your questions for another day. Who am I? What am I? What can I be? I'm fading. No, I'm shining bright. I'm fading. No, I'm sunlight. Nice. That's a good spirited poem. Hey, how are you doing? Fine. You? I'm okay. You seem to have grown since last time. Really? In what way? There's only one way to grow, outwards. Care to explain? Sorry, I was trying to be funny, but yeah, whenever people grow or learn or change, they usually become more understanding of others, different situations and concepts. The more you learn and think, the more you grow. That's always a good thing, obviously. Well, yeah, one would think so, yeah, but from what I've gathered, not everyone thinks that way. Have you ever had a friend or something that seemed envious about something you've done or achieved? Let's say you've changed your opinion on something and now hold a broader perspective on something. Well, some people embrace that, others say you've changed, like it's a bad thing, I guess. Those people hold you down. I think they just don't understand, or are afraid to change themselves. Being wrong is scary. It means you might have to change your things about yourself. Danger! Sorry, I got carried away. Good. Hey, welcome back from D. How did it go? Got any more questions? Something about tunnels and consciousness I didn't really understand. The whole universe is already pre-built as a tunnel system. The consciousness is there and always will be. We all share the same consciousness. Does it mean that the future and past exist at the same time? Yes, everything exists at the same quote-unquote time. And you, your consciousness, is moving through the tunnels and is time itself. What else would you do? Just be without time, without matter or purpose? It gets boring quite fast. Does it mean I'm alone? Well, in a sense, yes. It depends on how you define it. As a person, no, you're not alone. We are all here. But all are also one. As a consciousness, you are alone. Alone. Always have been, always will be. How do I know what's real? What else? What really is real? People, like everything else in 4 dimensions, are tunnels. But you experiencing this are very real. So is anyone else. Everyone is experiencing at the same time. One thing to remember is that this universe is vastly more enormous than anyone could imagine. Or well, quite ironically, this universe is the universe imagining itself. Heh. It's actually impossible for a person to comprehend the wholeness of the universe. Only when you've reached the state of wholeness, you're being everything that is, can you comprehend that what you truly are, how everything works. Have I not reached that state at some point? Well, yes and no. As a human, no, not even close. Being a human is only a gateway to a higher consciousness and understanding of yourself. But at an infinite number of other occurrences, you as a wholeness have experienced yourself as the wholeness you are. Okay, and how do you know this? I am you, sort of, like the memory you left behind from previous trips in the universe. You've recorded everything you've observed and thought about, concepts you've discovered, and so on. So you are my diary? Sort of, yeah. And this is how far you've written so far in this cycle. Yes, each cycle is determined by how long it took for you to discover your true self, and then forgetting yourself and simply starting over. That's pretty much the point. Saying that the universe or your life has a point is quite pointless in itself. As a point or meaning is something completely subjective, and to be able to hold a subjective opinion, you need to be a self, a person or a being. As your true self, you are everything, not really a self or a being. So that state is supposed to be pointless? Well, you see, it's not really that simple. When you reach that state, everything, and I mean everything, will be clear to you. That completeness is an ecstatic point of being that, well, can't be put into words. How do you know all this? Because I've been there, we've been there before, you and I, but I'm only giving you hints on the way there. What's the fun in spoiling everything for you? I'm more here to make sure you don't stray too far away from your path. What happens if I do? Not much. You can't really do much harm other than to yourself, in the sense that you might get into an unpleasant place where nothing makes sense and you're terrified. Let's just say it's far from fun, like a psychosis? Exactly, and we've been there many times. So you're here to make sure I don't go insane? Let's not go that far. Insanity in itself is not always bad. What is sanity to you? Not crazy? Did you notice I asked what it means to you? Again, it's something subjective. There's no objective sanity, no objective insanity. It's all in your head. Well, you're in a current subjective experience. Is there some insanity that can be good? Yes, if sanity for the current generation of the human race is being unhappy and work until you die, only to buy stuff that doesn't make you happy, then that sanity might not be healthy or good. Likewise, if choosing to live in nature, enjoying every moment as it is, meditating and appreciating life is insane, then isn't insane quite good? I guess it depends on the individual. Exactly, so I'm only here to make sure you don't go down a path that will leave you in a state of deep depression, as some lifestyles and choices will inevitably do. You can, however, completely ignore all my advice and stray as far away as you want. You will, however, never be able to escape who you are, what you are. So I'm a prisoner of myself? Suddenly I feel claustrophobic. Yes, quite ironic, isn't it? The vastness of everything, the infinite number of possibilities in the universe provides, and yet we sometimes feel like it isn't enough. Like we are trapped, doomed if you will. I need some time to digest this. You are in no hurry, take all the time you need. This life, the next, as many as you'd like, until you feel like really reaching a state of complete bliss. As you once said, maybe it's better to live in sleep, in constant dreamscapes. What is reality anyway? Couldn't have put it better myself. Okay, well, off you go on your next adventure. It is kind of inconvenient to have so much talking to do while you're trying not to cough. I frequently dream about catching rabies. It's starting to frighten me. I'm already afraid of water. I can barely control my movement and impulses. I'm highly anxious, paranoid even. Sometimes I can't sleep for days at a time. I experience memory loss and I keep drifting in and out of consciousness. Any hallucinations yet? I don't know. It's hard to tell at this point. Wait, who are you? Wait, who are you? Losing control. Guy has a... Jeez. Where is this guy's body? Seriously. Where is this anyway? Am I in some sort of prison? Or jail or something? What's up here? Oh, ammo, but I don't have a gun. Ah! This is terrible. The camera, or the view, starts going black and white as I take more damage. Also, I don't know how to avoid damage from these guys. Their range seems to be quite large for someone who's attacking with a sickle. I need gun. I need gun. Here's gun. Much better. Damn. Okay. If I shoot them around the head, they take one speed. Maybe even they die a lot faster, that's for sure. I like my run speed when I'm trying to strafe. My run speed when I'm trying to strafe is amazing. Oh. Have to shoot the eye. I always shoot the eye. Uh-oh. They don't have sprites that face any other direction, so they're always facing me. Even if they're not going in my direction. So it looks a bit confusing, I guess. That guy doesn't look like a green guy. He's human. Or I think. At least I think. Don't get any closer. Wait, your eyes. You're not one of them. Them? It's a long story. But those red-eyed people, they're cultists. Oh, those guys, I killed them. It's sad, but I guess necessary. They attack anyone who opposes them. It's actually people I know, knew rather. Long story short, a stranger came to our village, seemed okay at first, but then he took more and more liberty until he pretty much started controlling people. Why would you let him do that? We didn't, or most of us didn't. Somehow some of us thought he was right. He was loud, he seemed to have all the answers, and anyone who objected got made fun of. Or threatened. You'd think people would see this as some sort of warning sign, right? Apparently not. Sad. What about the red eyes? Exactly, I got suspicious. Something felt awry when more and more started following him. So I followed them one night. I gave his followers something, a powder of something. I'm a bit of an amateur chemist, so I took a sample of the powder and did some experiments. I administered the substance to some rats, and they seemed to follow one of the sober rats. At one point, the new rat leader attacked one of the other sober rats, and the whole zombie gang jumped on it as well. It wasn't a pretty sight. How do you cure them? I don't know for sure, but I have an idea. Well, for some of them, I think it's too late. They have probably gone mad from the amounts of substance abuse. But there are others who are just now being forced to substance. There might still be time to save them. So here's what I'm thinking. The chemical makes them obey given orders, right? Well, it doesn't make sense that they would only follow his orders. I think we can tell them what to do as well. What if we tell them that they have free will? They don't have to follow given rules anymore. They are free to think for themselves. It's still an order, but if they obey it, they would be free. That's what I hope, at least. Sounds risky, but let's try it. Okay, take the rifle. It has a long-range scope. Should have an advantage from this point. Take down the cultists, but leave the villagers alone. Cover me while I'll go down and try to cure the villagers. Oops. Oh crap. No wait, that's him. It doesn't help that he's dressed fairly similarly to them. It seems to be working. I find it ironic that he's ordering them to have free will. That makes sense. That makes sense. Truly. Everyone survived, and they seem to be able to recover fully. Can't believe it actually works. Telling them they have free will, that they can choose to follow that one glimpse of an impulse in their heads, and completely break the spell. It will probably take a while before they are in full possession of their senses, though. Wait, do you hear that? An airship. Or the airship. I don't think I can talk to them. Then there are more cultists around. Ah, damn, I can't cut the trees down anymore. What's this? Is that a rabbit? It's a rabbit. I can't attack it. But it's cute. But it's cute regardless. Even if I can't shoot it and kill it. Trust me, it makes sense. I guess I can't fall in here. Okay. Let's see what's up with the airship. This is the cult leader's airship. He has his lab in there. Let's confront me. Give me the rifle and I'll cover you while you enter the ship. I'll join you once the cultists are taken care of. But I have to admit, I've never fired a gun before. Can you give me a quick rundown? Aim center mass. Breathe calmly. You can do it. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. I won't let you down. Let's do this. Go in and I'll be right behind you when you made it to the cult leader. Oh, I guess I have the pistol at least. Man, he's good. The rifle. Jeez. Is that lab equipment? The irony of telling someone to aim for the center of mass and then quickly trying to shoot people in the head is not lost on me. But I can't do anything about it. The person who is most in control is the person who can give up control. Frederick Salomon Pearls. What the hell? What have you done? Killed your puppets. You're next. Me? What have you drugged the villagers? So I figured it out, huh? Well, let me at least explain myself. Then you might see things differently. It all came to me long ago. I was but a kid back then. I realized how much pain and suffering you go through as humans. We are born into this world, scared, alone, abandoned by God. We don't know our purpose here. Every moment we choose something, we are anxious because we don't know what entails from that decision. What if my decision and my action causes someone else to suffer or even die? So each time we make a choice, we know we may be guilty of bringing pain to others, even ourselves. Get to the point. It's more complicated than that, but okay. I was drugged by someone. Anything she said, I did. Without thinking or even brushing the thought. It was amazing not to have to make the decision. I couldn't be held accountable for any of my actions because they weren't my actions. My body and mind acted on its own. This is the most beautiful way to live. None of these people suffer. They don't do anything wrong in their eyes. They simply follow directions by, well, me. About the people who refuse, they're dead. It was for the greater good. You have to see that. They tried to stop me. Us from this utopia. They stopped the top. They tried to stop me. Us from this utopia that we were gonna build. You couldn't let that happen. You have to understand what you did was unethical. The way I see it, I chose to become a martyr for them. The way didn't have to make tough decisions. Made all those calls for them. Sure, killing others might not be the best practice, but I assure you it was the only way. Why should I have it and not them? Well, please, I just don't force you to change on others. Change yourself instead. You're right, I could have just let them choose for themselves. It's not up to me to carry the burden of others. I just thought, I'll let you go, but don't do this again. Thank you, I'll take my leave. I didn't expect to end on that, but okay. I saw him let him go. I hope you will learn a lesson and not terrorize people again. Do you know where the exit is? I saw this huge strange gate in the sky earlier. Might as well take this airship there. Sounds like a plan. Thanks, I will. I really need to get out of this place here. Too many bad memories attached to this place. Is that how turning an airship goes? Can't really see where I have to go. Let's just go in a direction, I guess. I guess these are solids, not clouds that I can just go through. My bad. There's the way forward. I mean, I'm all for giving people a second chance to redeem themselves, make up for their mistakes. That guy kinda killed more than dozens of people, or got them killed more or less. So, I'm not sure if I agree with letting him go just like that. Should at least have put him in jail or something like that. In prison. That would be fair at least, I feel like. He can think about improving himself in jail. I don't think there's anything back there. It's probably this way that I have to go. Man, I wish I could speed this up. It's a bit slow. Not gonna lie. How is the sun shining right through the thing? How does that work? What the hell, son? Get out! Get out! Leave! You're not supposed to be there. Unless there's a... Unless there's a very specific hole on the... No, there's not. Besides, if there was a hole, I don't think the airship would work. Unless it was like just taped over with some transparent material. At this point, at which point I guess so. I don't buy it for a second though. There it is. How did that guy actually see this gate? It was so far away. I'm curious now. Oh, I just got warped back here. No poem. Okay. Hey, can't stop thinking about the event at my village. What about it? Someone can control a small number of people like that and still do so much damage. Imagine how terrible a whole nation would be if converted in a narrow-minded mindset, attacking anyone who disagrees. It's sickening. What can we do about it? Not much, I presume. We should encourage people to think for themselves, even if we disagree with their opinion. Problem lies in the fact that some people aren't allowed to think for themselves. Everyone should be allowed that simple privilege. It's true. We can't change the world. We can only change ourselves. Hopefully that will be enough. Yo, hey, what are you up to? Not much. Thinking about the past again? Well, I'm just thinking about people who I've argued with and how pointless arguments really are. I mean, if you can argue about specifics like facts, then instead of arguing, you could just look up the answers, right? And if you argue about something stupid like if tomatoes are tasty, well, that's completely subjective, so why bother? No one is right. There's no objective answer to all arguments. What if someone thinks you've hurt them, but you don't? Okay, now you got a point. Those things are much harder to solve, but I guess understanding and communication is key here. However, not everyone are super understanding. Some people seem to thrive in drama, whether they're aware of it or not. True, maybe try to ignore them as much as possible? Yeah, I guess. If people start an argument, just say whatever and go on about your business. I'll try that next time. Did I teach you something for once? Pff, whatever. I'm kidding. This guy has a Game Boy. What's that on the Game Boy? I can't really tell what this is. It looks like some sort of grid. Hey, what's up? Not much, you? I'm reminiscing. Alright, what is this word so hard? Reminiscing. There, was that so hard? What are you reminisces? See? Anyway, oh yeah, I guess I'm kind of lucky. I also dealt pretty good cards in life. I have anxiety and stuff and my share of problems and so on, but I'm dealing with it, you know? And there are people with so much worse cards, and what I've seen is either they blow your mind or they do nothing about it and only complain about how unfair their lives are. Got an example? You betcha. You know those people who lost their legs? Well, some just accept it and go run a marathon. A marathon! I couldn't even do that, and I have two fully functioning legs. That always amazes me. And the others? The complainers. I mean, sure, on one hand, if you're really, really ill, I guess there's a legitimate reason to complain and feel sad. But still, so many have minor disadvantages, and instead of trying to improve on those things or trying to shine in other directions, they just stop. Stop progressing, stop growing, striving for anything. They just put the blame on the universe, and then that's it. Well, they are free to do nothing. Sit there and rot then. Or do something. Get up, grow, write, sing, dance, whatever you want. Breathe in, breathe out. Phew, yeah, you're right. No need to get worked up over it. How? How can you see me? How can you save me? How can you feel me? How can you fill me in? How can you love me? How could you lose me? How can I come there? How can I calm down? How? Love? Ugh, I'm hungry. You're back. Did you experience anything interesting? Something about losing control and regaining it? Oh yes, an important lesson. There is a constant battle in this universe and the dimension between two poles. Very rigid logic that moves in straight lines without questioning its path or purpose. Then we have the chaotic or free pole that moves more fluidly, both unnecessary for any life to happen. If we only moved with the extreme logic without free will, we could move between 0 and 1 forever. On the other hand, if we had full control, we would be in a state of pure chaos. It's like turning on the TV without a channel on, a constant noise of randomness. Sweet spot is somewhere in between, where we allow the rigid logic to persist, only to override it from time to time. Now I have a moving pattern that tries to move back to its rigidness, but only to be pushed away and again and again. Humans, for instance, have a heart that follows a rigid flow, and a brain that moves more erratically. You follow your heart, but think out the path of your brain. I think you've lost me. Sorry, I sometimes get carried away, not realizing people might not fully understand what I'm trying to convey. I used to have these dreams, well, visions almost. Dreams in which I had no control whatsoever. At first I panicked. I struggled to break free from whatever prison I was in, but I couldn't move an inch. I was without body, floating around on a set course that repeated itself. It was like a roller coaster, with divine beings and insights along the way. It was strange, and no matter how much I tried, I couldn't get off the roller coaster. At that point I had given up. I realized I was probably going to be stuck there forever. That's when it happened. I was freed from the experience. It's like that whole lecture was about free will. How we take it for granted, and it can only exist between a fixed chaos and a flux chaos. Fixed logic and a flux chaos. Interesting. Has the opposite ever happened? Visions of full control? Yes, it happens, but usually you get a pre-made scenario where several outcomes can happen. As with the no control scenario, you won't get out of there until you explored several outcomes. For instance, you can be put in the position of a commander on the battlefield. Depending on the choices you make as a commander, your army loses or wins the battles. If you lose, everything rewinds and you try again and again and again until you win. Sounds like a game. It is. Pretty much everything is. When you think about it, all a game really is a set of logical rules, a free will to choose a path in those logical rules. Winning or losing is not really concrete or real, it's just a subjective agreement if you completed the game. Mankind has had plenty of games throughout history. Was it just a pastime, or is it a reflection, or even an understanding of the universe was in? Could this experience be a game? Who knows? Anyway, I've kept you long enough. I'll open the door for you. Let's hope your next experience is a good one. I'll go here to get the autosave. The beautiful morning rises at the speed of light. All and everything is facing it bravely. The blind will see for the first and last time as time itself passes slowly away. I wait the day heaven falls down and destroys the illusion of life. Never shall we forget the death of August. We envision its eternal rebirth. I wish to never see that day, though I wish to always see. This wishful thinking is like lotion to a restless mind. Where do we begin or where do we end? Near or not. I wanna get the autosave so I can start here next time instead of back at the tavern. But yeah, that should be it for now. Thanks for watching, thanks in a sense, that's been Sauce, and I'll see you next time on this strange realm of mine. Bye!